Hi, and welcome to another Fabricmate Systems Tips and Techniques video. Here we're going to show you a couple of small demonstrations of fabric going on the wall or ceiling. Great applications for the residents. What you see is the frame already up on the wall here. And next we're going to be installing the substrate. So we'll go ahead and see the rigid core here. This core here is great for giving you wall protection, tackability. Great for home study, kids' bedroom, anywhere where you want that extra deadening. So we're just using a little quarter crown staple gun here with about a 1 foot square staple pattern. On the other frame, installed frame, we're going to be going ahead and putting up the soft core. So the soft core here is just going to give you an example. It's a little lighter weight, a little easier to cut with a pair of scissors or a razor knife. Same thing, you can either staple it, use a little spray adhesive, sometimes even just a drywall screw. So now we'll go ahead and we'll place a couple of sheets of the fabric. Here we're going to be taking the fabric covering, making sure that your hands are clean, of course, and then going ahead and starting to tack it onto the framework. The fabric mounting frame has a hidden channel in it, and that's what will be holding and receiving the excess salvage from the fabric panel. So first we recommend just kind of tacking it in at the corners. Here we have a vertical orientation. So once it's tacked at the corners, you can go ahead and grab either the rocker or the roller, and you're going to typically start from the middle of a panel and go upwards. So no matter how long or short the panel is, top or bottom, you're going to always start from the middle out towards the corners so you can walk any puckering that might occur in the fabric out. So this is just this is the time to look at your fabric. Make sure that it's right orientation, make sure there's not flaws, you're happy with the weave, you don't have any stains that might have occurred on it. So it's a good opportunity to make sure you've got it on position properly. So now here, once it's seated in the channel, go back with the corner finishing tool, which is very handy for getting the fabric stuck all the way back in there before you break the scissors out. So this little tool is designed specifically for finishing off the corners. So here we want to make sure that the fabric is seated completely down in the track once again before we break out the scissors. And once you're confident with that, now what you're going to want to do is cut the corners very close as possible. You don't want to have too much excess salvage in there. So cut it very close, and then you can cut this almost completely off at the edge of the track or close to it. So here we will finish off the rest of the trimming, and at this point it's recommended to finish off the corners. Once again, take the corner finishing tool and just kind of tuck it in there and use the other end there to get about 1 inch to 2 inches away from the corners. Make sure it's completely in there. Sometimes the fabric will come out the edge a little bit, and you just take the flat spade end and tuck it back in there. So once all 4 corners are in, now you're going to take out the handy rolling tool, the Fabricmate fabric roller, and you can see you're just going to go back and forth in kind of an even movement. You're twisting your hand a little bit or moving it back and forth, and that's what's going to suck the fabric into the hidden channel. So there you're seeing how nice and clean it's going in. And this is now coming near the completion of your panel. There might be little strings here and there if you just go back and forth. All fabrics are going to react a little different. Some will not leave any strings, some will leave a lot more. You can simply trim them off or go back and roll them in. As you can see how nice and clean the fabric's being rolled in. So now we have one vertical panel completely finished. And now it's simply following the same step again. So you can imagine if you had three horizontal panels, 3 vertical panels, you would follow this method. Again, the orientation is really up to your preference, unless it's a fabric that has a pattern repeat that you need to go in that vertical orientation. It's a personal preference. So here you'll see the same method applied. Tack it on the framework. This time you'll be using the rocker instead of the roller. It's a personal preference again. This is the stage that we call tacking it onto the framework. So you want to go around again and keep your eye on it, making sure that the weave is the way that you like, making sure that there's no flaws in the fabric, and everything looks the way that you're expecting it to look. So once again, you complete this around. The next step will be going and getting the fabric seated. There we go. Now we're going to be rolling again from the center out, middle out, middle out. This is a short little panel, so he's just going from one end. Now it's completely defined within the framework. Should be safe to go ahead and get the scissors and again cut the corners very close. Now he's going back with the corner finishing tool or the rocker here, and he's using that. So you can again go switch between that tool or the 4-in-1 corner finishing tool. There he's wanting to trim a little bit more fabric out of the way. Go back and finish the corners. So very quick, easy, fast and affordable way to put fabric on the walls or ceilings. And it's something to look at when you're either remodeling or new construction. Really just get right to it. No glue involved. Some of the other advantages, once the fabric you want to do a change out or a remodel 3 years, 5 years or whenever down the road, or you get sick of the color, just simply peel the fabric off. Framework and the backing stay on, and just come back in and install the new fabric, a whole new look. And you'll see that a little bit more of that in a few of the other segments. So you want to go back and look at it. This is finished now. So there might be a little bit of touch-ups here and there. You know, dust these off from time to time, and you should have years of enjoyment. There you go, fabric finished wall. Thank you.